Hidden deep in the mountains of southwest China lies a place most people outside Asia have never heard of, yet it holds one of the oldest living tea legacies on Earth. Welcome to Pu'an County, a mist-covered region in China's Guizhou province, where ancient kingdoms once ruled, million-year-old tea trees still grow wild, and dramatic mountain landscapes hide stories that feel almost mythical. At first glance, Pu'an looks like a peaceful mountain county surrounded by endless green hills and clouds rolling through deep valleys. But this quiet place has a history stretching back thousands of years. Historians believe Pu'an was once part of the mysterious ancient Yelang kingdom, a civilization that still fascinates archaeologists today. Over the centuries, different dynasties renamed and governed the region, but in 1276, during the Yuan dynasty, it officially received the name Pu'an, meaning something close to peace under heaven. Even today, that meaning perfectly matches the atmosphere of the region. Life here moves slowly, surrounded by forests, waterfalls, tea fields, and ancient mountain roads that once connected empires. But what truly makes Pu'an extraordinary is tea, not just regular tea, some of the oldest tea trees on Earth. The county is famous across China as the hometown of ancient tea trees, and for good reason. Hidden within its mountains is the country's largest concentrated community of wild, ancient four-ribbed tea trees. There are more than 20,000 of these rare trees growing naturally across the landscape. Scientists often describe them as living fossils because their ancestors survived for millions of years. Imagine drinking tea made from trees whose lineage existed long before human civilization even began. That's exactly why tea lovers and researchers from around the world are fascinated by this place. One of Pu'an's most famous products is Pu'an red tea, a rich black tea celebrated for its smooth flavor and deep aroma. The region's natural environment plays a huge role in its quality. Pu'an sits at an elevation of around 4,600 feet above sea level, with cool temperatures, heavy rainfall, and clean mountain air creating nearly perfect tea-growing conditions. Unlike industrial farming zones, much of the county remains remarkably untouched. Forests cover over half the landscape, and the soil contains natural trace elements like selenium and zinc, which locals believe contribute to both the taste and health benefits of the tea. And then there's the scenery. This region looks almost cinematic. Massive green mountains stretch endlessly into the distance, ancient roads disappear into forests, and waterfalls crash down rocky cliffs hidden deep in the valleys. Places like Julong Mountain and Baishui Waterfall attract travelers searching for landscapes that still feel raw and undiscovered. Some roads here trace paths that existed centuries ago along the ancient Yelang trade routes. Walking through them feels less like visiting a tourist destination and more like stepping into a forgotten world. What also makes Pu'an special is its cultural diversity. Nearly 30 ethnic groups live throughout the region, including the Bui people and the unique dry-field Miao communities. Their traditions, music, clothing, festivals, and architecture give the area an identity completely different from China's massive modern cities. In towns like Longlin, often called China's first Miao town, ancient customs still survive alongside modern development. Visitors can experience traditional dances, handmade crafts, local cuisine, and celebrations passed down for generations. But beneath all the beauty, Pu'an is also incredibly resource-rich. The county contains enormous coal reserves and valuable minerals including gold, iron, lead, zinc, and silicon. In fact, it reportedly holds some of the largest coal reserves in the entire Qianshinan region. That creates an unusual contrast, a place filled with both ancient ecological treasures and massive industrial potential. And today, local leaders face the challenge many developing regions face: how to modernize economically while protecting the landscapes and cultural heritage that make the place unique. For most Americans, Pu'an County is probably a completely unfamiliar name, but that's exactly what makes it fascinating. In a world where famous travel destinations are overcrowded and overexposed online, places like Pu'an still feel mysterious. It's a region where ancient tea forests survive in mountain fog, where ethnic traditions remain alive, and where history, geology, culture, and nature all collide in one hidden corner of China. And maybe that's the real magic of Pu'an. It reminds us that even in the age of satellites, smartphones, and global tourism, there are still places on Earth that feel untouched by the outside world. Places where ancient trees still grow wild, old roads still whisper stories of forgotten kingdoms, and peace still exists high above the clouds.